8 untapped YouTube niches that are free money printers and no one's using them. And guys, the final one is absolutely crazy and we're going to be giving all of them away in today's video for completely free. Now, really quick guys, if you want to go ahead and join my public Discord server, it's a really cool community where we all kind of share information. You can ask questions directly to me and you of course get access to giveaways, free videos before we launch them on YouTube and so much more. That's discord.gg/1%. We've got 4,000 members and it's a really cool space. No more yapping, let's get straight into the niches. Starting off at number 1, we have probably one of the craziest niches at the moment that is super underutilized. His name is Jartoon. He's got 500,000 subs and he only started 2 years ago, which may seem like a long time, but from YouTube standards, for a YouTube automation niche to have lasted this long is exceptionally rare. The only other alternatives I can really think of that have done this is, the crime niche, right? That guy has been around for a very long time. The overall brand has been around for a very long time, but one of the reasons why I think this niche is just so much more scalable rather than those crime different channels is, first of all, there's so little competition in this specific niche. And obviously this guy is pulling in 2.6 million long form views a month. And the majority of his videos are 2 to 3 hours long. If you guys don't know what that means, it of course means the RPM is upwards of $10 to $15. So with a $15 RPM and 2.6 million views this month, this guy is literally clearing every single month $30,000 to $40,000 in pure revenue. Now you might be asking, well, how do we actually create these videos? Is it beginner friendly? Yes, I'd say so very much, right? So all these videos are entirely AI scripts, just kind of recapping specific shows, movies, TV series, like the entire story of Ben 10 Ultimate Alien in 48 minutes. And essentially what you'll do is you'll go to AI, you'll use deep research on ChatGPT, and you'll essentially ask it to write you a perfectly good optimized script in this specific niche. I've made tons of videos kind of clarifying how to copy niches, so check out my previous uploads if you need help to do that. But this niche is literally just an AI voice, an AI script, an AI thumbnail, and the only real part that goes into it is of course getting the background content to kind of line up with what you're saying. Now, this is obviously a niche you could do yourself if you have some spare time, or if you would, the alternative is just hiring an editing team. Realistically, I'd say you could probably get an editor to do this style of content for probably about $30 to $50 a video, and that would really just be adding a subtitle. There's a bunch of programs where you can do instantaneous and automatic subtitles. Obviously, generate the script with AI and use 11 Labs for the voiceover. Drag that in, line it all up, and you've got an insanely good, optimized, ultra long form channel that has heaps of scalability and obviously a lot of virality. Coming up next, we have a niche that is brand new, and I think not to do this niche specifically, but something a little bit similar, and I'm going to go into depth on it now. This guy is called Sleepy Law. He only has 3,000 subscribers, and this is yet another ultra long form niche that I haven't seen anybody else do. What they post is 2 hours of secret adventure time lore to fall asleep to. Once again, 100% an AI voice and 100% AI generated content. Let me go ahead and show you.
Welcome back to the channel.
So obviously an entire AI voice, the background is literally just a different photo every single time. The script is of course AI, and these videos are made to fall asleep to. So of course, once again, having content made to fall asleep, the AVD is super high, meaning a super high RPM, since the majority of viewers are watching this content to fall asleep, so the ads just continue playing. On a niche like this, you're probably going to have an RPM of about $10 to $20. As I said, they're posting daily and they're killing it at the moment. They only started about, 6 months ago. So we're still a fairly new channel, and obviously they haven't really taken off just yet. But if we go ahead and check their analytics, I believe they're doing about, 28,000 views a month. RPM's probably about $20. So at the moment, they're only doing about 560, like half a grand a month. But the way that I sort of see this niche playing out is don't necessarily do adventure time lore. I think there's a much larger scale that you could definitely work with. So take what they're doing, but maybe, try and do something like Game of Thrones lore. Do something with a bigger branding, a bigger audience, and obviously less niche than adventure time. You could do Harry Potter, for example. You could do Avatar: The Last Airbender, Game of Thrones, a bunch of different TV shows or massive series where they have a loyal fan base, people that will listen to this and will watch it to fall asleep. And next up, we have a crazy niche that isn't ultra long form whatsoever. This guy is called Technology Future. He just started only a month ago. Once again, entirely AI scripts and AI thumbnails. It's just really crazy videos that are super clickable. Farmers couldn't believe in this Chinese machine until they saw how it worked. China's new invention that will change the world forever. These guys are pulling in about 1 million to 2 million views a month. And in terms of an RPM, I'd probably guesstimate it to be about $4. So probably on them, you know, on the high end, 5K a month, on the low end, about 3K a month. You guys can see here, they're posting videos like China's new train is faster than a plane. Once again, this entire content is once again entirely AI. They're using 11 Labs for the voice. You can kind of hear it.
Happening in China that will forever change how we move around.
So once again, they're using completely stock footage. Now, if you guys need to know where to get stock footage from, you can look up Pexels. And once again, this isn't sponsored. This site is completely free. So you can probably just look up China train. And what it is there's like thousands of just free background content that you guys can use. So for example, here's like, you know, a photo you can use. If you wanted to filter it by just videos, you can literally just type in China train, filter it by videos, and there we go. We've got literally infinite amount of kind of content and video footage that you're able to just use as your background content in your videos. Put your AI voice, put your AI script, and just kind of export it. And this is obviously a niche that I see with 5 to even 10K a month potential, considering he only started about 1 month ago. Now, this is a very unique channel that I recently found. It's called Your Family Line, Stories from the Past. All these stories aren't real at all. They're kind of horror stories. Now, these guys are posting kind of AI scripts, AI voices, once again, of course. And it's essentially a channel where they post kind of scary, fake stories about, you know, what has happened in the past. They might even be real, but they're obviously putting a bit of a spin on it. But what these guys do is they obviously are only posting about 10 to 20 minute content. Now, a massive gap I see in the market for a channel like this, considering they only started 2 months ago, is to simply replicate the same content they're doing, but make it in the ultra long form niche. These guys in 2 months have got about 191,000 views. At the moment, their RPMs probably are only $3 to $4. So off of those views, they really aren't sitting on too much money, probably about $700. But if we take this a step further, and if we were to simply change this niche and build it in the ultra long form space, meaning the videos are 2 to even 4 hours long, once again made with AI, so it's no extra effort on our end, we could easily increase the RPM to upwards of $15. Now, if we go ahead and presume we had a $15 RPM, comparatively to what they made, we could have made 2.8 grand in this time already. And once again, they only started about 2 months ago. Considering that, this is easily a channel we could build up to do 5 to even 10K a month very, very quickly in a super easy and unsaturated niche. And guys, really quickly, if you are thinking about doing an ultra long form channel, please check out my site, premonetize.com. It's going to save you guys so much time. As you know, right now, when it comes to building an ultra long form channel, the views you're getting prior to getting monetized, because obviously getting the subscribers in ultra long form is just so valuable. I mean, as you saw before, 191,000 views are needed before you can even, just before you'd even get monetized, and that's 3 grand just like that. With pre-monetize, you can get yourselves a channel that's already in the AdSense program, ready to make money instantly without needing to wait for that time. If you guys do want to go ahead and get yourselves one, use the promo code video and you'll get a 5% off discount. Without further ado, let's get back to the video. Next up, we have a super good niche. This one is called Captain Workout, and it's probably one of the craziest ones I've seen so far. They literally started 3 months ago, and they're essentially posting animation-based content, like the #1 method to lose belly fat, no cardio, why training your neck changes everything. And these guys are pulling in major views, 2.7 mil long form views. In terms of an RPM, it wouldn't be too high, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I had to guess, I'd say probably about $3.50, but they're still doing close to $10,000 every single month. Now, you might be wondering, well, how do I make this type of content? Obviously, it's essentially still AI scripts and AI voice, but the visuals themselves are quite difficult to make. It's essentially 2D animations. Now, it's not too difficult whatsoever. I did make a video on this a few days ago, going into depth on how you can actually generate these animations. It's on my main channel, this video right here. It'll be linked below if you need some extra help, but this is definitely a channel where you can replicate this and easily scale to 5K a month. Another cool thing about a channel like this is the fact that it's kind of built itself outside of the YouTube automation stereotype. When you're working in, the fitness industry, the beauty industry, you can kind of scale outside of just that. Now, this guy has done it perfectly. He's made his own site called Captain Workout, and he's actually selling a course, a training program, growth program, and I'm sure he's getting quite a bit of sales. So a lot of the revenue that we're talking about could be coming from affiliates. It could be coming from external sources. So take this with a grain of salt. And remember, you can always scale past just the YouTube automation stereotype. Now, coming up next, we have yet another crazy channel that is absolutely printing. Hominid History Hub. Try saying that 3 times. They only started 2 months ago, and in that time, they've got 76 million views. This channel is fucking crazy. This is something that is making a lot of money. In terms of the revenue they're doing, I would say the RPM's probably about $4. And as I said, they've done 76 million views. Times that by 4, they've done about $300,000 in revenue in the last 2 months alone. Now, these guys are posting literally just AI videos. These videos are completely made through the use of AI. You can kind of see it's like life millions of years ago. It's just essentially like people and obviously prehistoric humans fighting animals and all this type of stuff. This type of content would make some time to make. It would take some time. You'd probably want to use Sora or Gemini to generate this content. There's actually no voiceover, which is really unique and makes it a lot easier. You don't actually need to script, but you could use ChatGPT to make the storyboards, kind of underline what's going on, use it to come up with your video ideas themselves and generate it with some AI music, some AI sounds, and of course with the videos themselves. This is a prime example of a channel that is absolutely killing it on YouTube as a whole. And second to last, we have probably one of my favorite channels, The Art of Storytelling. Now, this channel is something that I think has a lot of scalability, even past YouTube automation, similar to the gym channel we spoke about just prior. But what they post is essentially about movies, TV shows. And I think you could do this, but brand it around the AI persona. So kind of make it seem as if you are a real person, use a really good 11 Labs voice. You can see as of right now, these guys are pulling in pretty decent views. In the last month, they've done 600,000 long form views and they're only posting about 2 to 3 times a month. You know, pair that in when you guys are posting every other day, you could easily be sitting on 5 to even 10K a month. Essentially what they post is things relating to movies. So the best entrance in movie history, what is Q exactly? I believe that's from Star Trek. So kind of just an entire niche platform on, you know, different types of movies, TV shows, franchises. I ranked all 9 Star Wars intros. These can be made through the use of AI for the script, obviously with ChatGPT and deep research, 11 Labs for the voice. If you guys can't afford 11 Labs, there is an alternative called Fish Audio, not sponsored by the way, I want to emphasize that, but it's super cheap. It's like $7 a month for infinite generations. So I always offer this to my clients just so they know what they're working with. And up last, we have a absolutely insane channel. This is called Durrell. Now you might be saying, how the hell did you find this? I don't know. It's a brand new channel that just started only 3 months ago. They've barely uploaded. And you might be saying, well, they're not making that much money. Why are you showing us this? It's because I see the potential in a niche like this. You can see right here, they're making kind of content that's built around a fandom.
It's going to have a lot of deaths. The showrunners
once again, entirely made with AI for the script, entirely made with AI for the voice, and the only work you need to do is just putting in stock footage from different franchises. As you can see, we already have proof of concept and an outlier on their channel specifically, like this video here, Who Lives and Dies in Marvel Zombies. I figured out 99% of The Boys' final season plot, and there are so many ways you can kind of build around a niche like this and build up a persona that goes far beyond the YouTube automation stereotype once again. Now guys, once again, if you are doing one of these ultra long form niches or even just long form in general, feel free to check out premonetize.com, my personal site. We've sold over 500 monetized channels. We're the safest in the industry. And of course, you can start generating money and seeing those $20 to even $30 RPMs right off the bat. If you guys want to go ahead and use my promo code, that's video. And if you want to join my Discord server, that's discord.gg/1%. We share a bunch of information about YouTube prior to these videos coming out. And it's honestly just a really cool community. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned something new. I will see you all later. Have a great rest of your day.